Yankuba Minteh's 2023-2024 season in one word is golden. He has been nominated for the Golden Boy Award, European Golden Boy Award, becoming the fourth Gambian player ever to gain this recognition. So yeah, golden is a fair one-word description of Yankuba Minteh. Assalamu alaikum mbokk. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football. I am Chama, and in this video, I will look back at the 2023-2024 season that our star boy, the golden boy, the generational talent Yankuba Minteh had with his club Feyenoord in 2023-2024 season. Guys, if you are new around the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you enjoy what we do here, please give it a like. Without wasting much of your time, guys, let's get right into the discussion. Yeah, we start by looking at his basic numbers. Over the course of 2023-2024 season, Yankuba Minteh played 37 games for his club Feyenoord. Starting 22 of those 37 games, he amassed just under 2,000 minutes, to be specific, 1,991 minutes he played for his club Feyenoord. He scored 11 goals in the process, 10 in the Dutch Eredivisie, and one, of course, in the Champions League, which was a historic goal. I'm sure everyone remember that one now. He created 5 assists and also created a penalty for his club. So you can say 6 assists in total. He got 2 yellow cards and 1 red card during the process. I'm so surprised to see that he only got 2 yellow cards, because I can remember when he was when he was breaking through at Denmark, I think discipline was something that was questioned about him. But he played the whole Dutch Eredivisie season without a single yellow card, without a single red card. So he played 27 games in the Dutch league. 0 yellows, 0 red cards. The 1 yellow card, the 2 yellow cards he have, one was in the Champions League and the other one was in the Europa League. And then he got the red card in the cup final. That was also 2 yellow cards he got in the cup final. But they won the cup anyway. So who cares if you get a red card in that situation? So three cards in 37 games, I think is fair. I think it's not a lot. So it's somebody whose discipline was questioned for a while. So yeah, I'm glad to see that that aspect of his game is going away at this very young age. He's taking out that, taking unnecessary yellow cards and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a great thing to see, because he's a player that he will get frustrated because of players will try to kick him and all that. So they will try to frustrate him, but still he's keeping his cool, And at this young age of 19, doing that is exceptional. So I'm super surprised that he only got 3 cards over the course of this season. So yeah, I had to say that before I move any further. Of course, he played in 4 competitions for Feyenoord, in the Dutch Eredivisie, in the Dutch Cup, Champions League, and Europa League. He won the Dutch Cup, of course, with Feyenoord. That was the game that he got his red card, the only red card he got this season. And he won a couple of goal of the month for Feyenoord as well. February's goal against Almere City. And then in February, April too, against Ajax. That goal, everybody can remember it. I think it's stuck in the mind. It's a goal that will remind you of Lionel Messi. Who just passed the ball into the side of the net, and that's it. And that's what Yankuba Minteh did against Ajax. And don't forget his performance against Ajax, which maybe as we go forward, I will discuss more about that. So that was his honors. And of course, the Jollof Football Bantaba 2, voted by our fans, you guys watching, he won the Jollof Football Bantaba Player of the Month 3 times during the course of the season. The only Gambian player to do that. His season was that good. Sometimes people were, thinking, oh, did he really deserve it? Or is it just because of his household name now that everybody is voting for? No, he really deserved those Player of the Month because of his performances that he produced during that particular period. For me, in my opinion, at least, and in your opinion. Now let's look at his season in the Eredivisie, what he did in the Eredivisie, and how he compared to his peers in the Eredivisie. I will bring up this table here, or this chart here. Thanks to FB charts, I got this. This makes life very easy to visualize what his performance were like. In this chart, it is his performance in the Eredivisie compared to all attacking midfielders, like number 10s, and also wingers who play in a role similar to his. So like the attacking players, except the strikers, of course, are compared here. So what they did, they compare their attacking numbers, they compare their possession based numbers, and also their defending numbers. So let's look at his numbers. Look at the chart. Attacking wise, 97% percentile, that is top 3% of players when it comes to shot creation action. That is his dribbling, when he dribbles to lead to a shot, or when he wins a foul that leads to a shot, when he passes the ball that leads to a shot. So all these actions, they are combined to make the shot creation action. And then non-penalty XG plus non-penalty XA. As strikers and attacking players are judged based on the amount of chances they create, the amount of assists they make, and the amount of goals they score. So here, non-penalty XG plus non-penalty XAG is like combining the two together and then seeing who are the best players combining these two traits in their game. And Yankuba Minteh is in the top 3% of wingers, attacking midfielders in the Dutch Eredivisie. For that says a lot. In terms of actual assists, because sometimes non-penalty, when it comes to the XG, it's more about measuring the quality of the chance. They give you an idea of the amount of the type of quality of chances, or the type of quality of goals that the players are scoring. And Yankuba Minteh is up there, like I say, top 3%. When it comes to actual assists, he is in the 87th percentile, top 13%, which is also a very good rank. Shots he take in a game, 93. He's in the top 93. He's in the 93rd percentile, top 7%. So you always have to take the opposite. Like if they say 93 percentile, it means 100 minus 93. So he is in that bracket, the top 7%. Non-penalty goals as well, 98th percentile, and then non-penalty XG, that is 98th percentile, and then non-penalty goals, he's in the 97%, 98th percentile for non-penalty XG, and 97th percentile for the non-penalty goals. So in terms of attacking numbers, every single metric that they've covered here, he is in the top tier players. He's in the top ranked players. So now we look at his possession-based performance. We know that is not his biggest quality. At least his passing game is not his biggest quality. That I think, for me, I know. But also it is by design sometimes, because the way Feyenoord like to play. A lot of videos on Arne Slot. I know the way he loves to play. He loves his wingers to stay wide, and then they create the width of the pitch. So Yankuba Minteh is mostly staying wide until the ball comes to him. Then he will dribble past people just to create that width. So he's not going to be involved in the build-up too much. He's not going to be passing the ball too much. But he will be the one who will receive when everything is cooked very well. So he's the one who received it. Who receives the ball and then to create the final chance, or take the goals, or take the shots. That is how Arne Slot likes his team to play. Everything, the build-up is happening in the middle. So that's why you will not see Yankuba Minteh high in the passing. High in the progressive passes. One area though that he needs to improve is his pass completion rate. He's in the 13th percentile, which is very, very low. So this is something that he can improve. And for me, I believe this comes with time and comes with age. This comes with maturity. Yankuba Minteh is still very young. He's 19 years of age. Even though he's playing really well, and that is basically based on his natural qualities, but these things are coming with experience. And at this moment in time, he has barely played 2 full seasons in Europe as a professional. So in terms of experience, he is still very young. In terms of age too, he's still very young. So he can improve on this aspect of his game, and I have no doubt about that. And of course, if he goes to play with a different coach too, maybe this kind of qualities of him will improve. So you look at the other aspect of his possession game. Progressive carries. Like, he's one of the best in the Dutch Eredivisie, 98th percentile, top 2% of players. Successful take-ons, dribbles, he is in the top 2% in the league. Touches in the penalty area, of the opponent, which is very important in nowadays, because if you want to score goals, you have to get closer to the goal. So if you are touching the ball as close to the goal as possible, then you have the higher chance of scoring goals. And Yankuba Minteh is in the top 1% of players when it comes to touches in the final third. Likewise, when it comes to progressive passes received, that's why I was telling you about the progressive passes. You cannot be the best progressive passer of the ball and at the same time become the best progressive receiver of the ball. It does not work. You either be one. And Yankuba Minteh is the best progressive receiver of the ball in the Dutch Eredivisie. Is in the top 1%. So top 1% of players, if there are 100 players, he will be that number 1 player. If there were 100 wingers and attacking players, which I don't think there is, then he will be that number 1 player at the top of it. So when it comes to progressive passes received, I think he is up there. Even his numbers show that he's up there when it comes to the progressive passes that he received. So that's why progressive passes make do not focus on that one. It does not matter. You look at his defensive duties, his defensive duels, tackles, 96 percentile, top 4% of players when it comes to tackles. The other defensive actions that they cover here, interception. That one I'm quite surprised why his interception numbers are quite low, because I tend to think he wins the ball a lot, but it depends on how they define interception. Because interception maybe is somebody's making a pass and then somebody is cutting through and then take the ball from that pass. I think that is what interception means. So he's not high on that. But when it comes to pressing, winning the ball, making tackles, he is more of the one, who getting himself dirty. He's not that sneaky player just winning the ball. He is more of the one who will get himself dirty and try to win the ball for his team. Blocks and 70 is okay. Clearance, aerial duels, I don't think these are matrices that you will like to judge your winger based on. So they are not really important when it comes to the position that he played, when it comes to the structure of his player. For example, if you want to judge Lionel Messi on his aerial duel, how can you judge Lionel Messi on it? Because he's not that type of player. So this is likewise with Yankuba Minteh. He's not the one who will be challenging for the balls in the area, like aerially and all those things. Even though he still have a respectable number of 77% when he challenged for the ball. He's in the top 23% of players for like the amount of aerial duels that they won over the course of the season. So this is what he did in the Eredivisie, and then you can reflect, you can relate that to the Champions League as well, because the Champions League is where the best players play at the end of the day. So if you look at his numbers in the Champions League, what Yankuba Minteh did in the Champions League was also exceptional. Attacking numbers, they were very good in the XG, non-penalty XG and XG. He's in the top 95, like he's in the top 5%. Total number of shots taken, he's in the top 3%. Non-penalty XG per 90 minutes. By the way, guys, he only played 198 minutes in the Champions League. This doesn't mean he has the most, but if the 198 minutes was averaged to 90 minutes, each 90 minutes, and then see how much he will average in the 90 minutes, he is in the top 1% when it comes to non-penalty goal in XG. He's in the top 3% when it comes to shot totals. He's in the top 5% when it comes to non-penalty XG plus XG and XA, expected assists. And as well as he's in the top like 30% when it comes to shot creation action. Non-penalty goals, he's in the top. Of course, he only scored one goal, but because he did not play a lot of minutes, so he will be high on that. And again, his pass completion, progressive passes, don't pay too much attention on it. Even though he should improve his pass completion rate, like I mentioned. But his biggest quads are his progressive carries, his successful take-ons, that is his dribble, and you can see him up there again. He's up there with the 99% in successful take-ons and progressive passes received. It is by design when it comes to the progressive passes received. And defensive actions, look at the tackles, he is 99%. This is compared to all wingers, attacking midfielders playing in the Champions League. I don't need to tell you the attacking wingers and attacking midfielders playing in the Champions League. You can add players like Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden. You can add players like Bakayoko playing for PSV. A lot of top players, Vinicius Junior, he's a winger. So those players, when you compare these numbers to Minteh's, but per 90 basis, yes, Yankuba Minteh only played 198 minutes in the Champions League. It's not enough. It's not a lot of minutes to judge him with those players, like to compare him with those players. But at least it gives you an idea how he would have stand if he had played. Because the Champions League is harder as you progress. Of course, we know that. When you go to the second round, you go to the quarterfinals, semifinals, the games are much difficult to play than when you are playing in the group stages, of course. So you have to take that with a pinch of salt. But this just gives you an idea how he fared when compared to play those kind of players in the Champions League. So let's look at some of the other talking points that I would like to discuss about his season. Of course, he had Feyenoord finish second in the league. I say they won the cup, and now they will be playing in the Champions League next season again. Their coach will be joining Liverpool, unfortunately, and Yankuba Minteh should be back at Newcastle United. Feyenoord were the best when it comes to winning the ball in the final third. Yankuba Minteh was the best individual player compared to the other players in the team to win the ball high up the pitch, which was a very important factor when it comes to deciding who will replace Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. So Yankuba Minteh had a lot of impact on that. That's what I will just what I want to point out. Minteh finished the Eredivisie season as Feyenoord's second top scorer. Only Jimenez, their striker, scored more goals than Yankuba Minteh during the course of the season, which is bonkers, right? Feyenoord, you come into Feyenoord, the defending judge champions, and then you finish in your season as the second leading goal scorer for the club with all the attacking players that they have there. I think it was very good, and then he reached double figure, 10 goals in the league. That was really good. Minteh was involved in 16 Eredivisie goals, so he was averaging a goal involvement every 97 minutes. Every 97 minutes of play, he's either scoring a goal or assisting on average. That's what Yankuba Minteh was doing. Minteh completed the most dribbles. Of course, you see that one per 90 minutes in the Dutch Eredivisie, averaging 3.6. So of all the players in the Dutch Eredivisie, he averaged the highest number of dribbles completed per 90 minutes, 3.6. Like, there's a lot of talk on Bakayoko playing at PSV. I think he's been linked to Liverpool. But if you compare Bakayoko to Yankuba Minteh in terms of what they think Bakayoko is really good at, Yankuba Minteh was actually excelling better than Bakayoko in most of these things. When it comes to dribbling, when it comes to chance creation, XG plus XA, Yankuba Minteh was excelling better than Bakayoko. Yes, Bakayoko won the league with PSV, and I think he is a little bit more mature. He's a little bit more mature than Yankuba Minteh, especially when it comes to keeping the ball, possession, and stuff like that. He is more of a mature player than Yankuba Minteh, but the raw talent, I think Yankuba Minteh has the higher ceiling. Once Yankuba Minteh develop into with a little bit more experience, I think he has the higher ceiling than Bakayoko. That is my opinion. And as a Gambian, maybe I am biased on that, but looking at the numbers, personally, I think Yankuba Minteh is up there when it comes to comparing with Bakayoko. Any player who played in the Dutch Eredivisie more than 600 minutes, Yankuba Minteh has averaged higher progressive passes per 90, higher progressive carries per 90, and higher progressive receives per 90. So for the progressive passes received per 90, that one I have to give the credit to the coach, because the coach set up the team to make sure that the ball ends up at these players. Even the Gambian coach was talking about something like that when he said his goal is to make sure that the ball is always, when we reach the final third, the ball is always with our best players. He always get the ball to our best players to do their thing. So to walk the ball up all the way to the attacking players, that is on the coach, how he makes his team build up the play and stuff like that. Of course, the players have an impact. The players have to execute it at the end of the day, but it's the ideas of the coach that are being observed, and that's why Yankuba Minteh was the highest when it comes to progressive passes received, and then he used the ball very well when he received it, creating chances, scoring goals. That's why he was on 15 goal involvement over the course of the season. And then, but it also shows how much the coach trusted him. To make sure that all the time that they are building up, the building up is going towards Yankuba Minteh more of the times. So that shows how much the coach trusted Minteh, and he did not betray that trust. He did deliver for the coach over the course of the season, and now the coach is progressing in his career, going up to Liverpool, which is Yankuba Minteh has an impact on as well. Minteh won the most possession in the final third. This was what I was talking about. In the final third of the pitch, Minteh won the most possession than any Feyenoord player, averaging 1.4. So when it comes to the final, like the pitch, of course, we know what the final third is. The pitch can be divided into three thirds. You have the defensive third, you have the midfield third, and then you have the attacking third. So in the attacking third of the pitch, winning the ball there is very valuable nowadays in football. If you win the ball high up the pitch, you can create a chance easily. So if you win the ball in your defense, so you have to build up the play to get all the way in the attack to score a goal. But if you win the ball in the attacking third, what happens? You can maybe just one pass and then there's a goal. We can remember the goal Ajax scored. He created against Ajax. He won the ball in the final third, created the chance for Paxao. Paxao scored the goal. He did the same thing, won the ball against PSV in the final third, went around the goalkeeper and then scored. So at least 2 times this season, there were examples. Those are examples where you can see the impact of winning the ball in the final third of the pitch. And then Yankuba Minteh was the best player in the Feyenoord team when it comes to winning the ball when it comes to winning the ball in the final third of the pitch. So that shows you the work he puts in and his defensive, defensive work for the club as well. Yes, of course, and in the Champions League, let's not forget about that. In the Champions League, he became the youngest Gambian player to score in the Champions League. On the same day, Ibrahim Okoli also scored in the Champions League, but earlier. So Ibrahim Okoli became the first Gambian to score in the Champions League, but Yankuba Minteh on the same day became the second Gambian to score in the Champions League, and as well as becoming the youngest Gambian to score in the Champions League. And his performance in the Champions League did not go unnoticed. Let's not forget about his performance against Atletico Madrid when he attempted 14 dribbles in that game. That was the highest number of any player during that week. 14 dribbles he attempted in game week 5 against Atletico Madrid. He played only 64 minutes. Imagine what he could have done if he played the whole 90 minutes in that one, even though they lost that game in the end. But what he was doing to that Atletico right back was absolutely insane, absolutely mental. Left back rather. It was absolutely mental. Which was, yeah, like I say. And let's not forget the Golden Boy. He has been nominated for the European Golden Boy, which is also very, very big. He's only the fourth Gambian to gain this recognition, to gain this to be nominated for this European Golden Boy award. The previous ones, Musa Barrow and Musa Juara as well. Ibrahim Adabo was recently also with Roma, so he became the fourth Gambian. He is unlikely to win it because there are a lot of really good talents, and then this kind of award tends to be always won by maybe players in Europe or players in South America. It's very rare to see an African player winning it. But yeah, just to see him, among those players is something that is really, really impressive. To get the recognition, I think his Golden Boy index was in the top 21. He was 21st, so I think only one African player was actually ahead of him in the Golden Boy ranking. So yeah, this boy is just special. He's a special player. And then finally, we talk about his performance in the Gambia as well. He played he started a couple of games or 3 games. Started a couple of games in the AFCON, and then also started a couple of games and then played 4 games for the Gambia national team during the season, because he was involved in the qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers. Their final game, that was actually his competitive debut, coming off the bench and then scoring in that game where Gambia were almost down and dusted because they lost. We were losing 2-0. Yankuba Minteh came in, scored the first goal, and then he was he inspired a comeback, and Gambia qualified for the AFCON back-to-back. And we have to thank him a lot for that because of his impact. So in that one, and then the AFCON too, he did not have the best of AFCONs, but at least he has the experience. He showed himself. Gambia did not have a great AFCON, to be honest. Other than our final game against Cameroon, I don't think we performed well in the African Cup of Nations. But Yankuba Minteh, yeah, in that game, especially against Cameroon, he was absolutely flying, like taking on everyone. His final ball was just the problem in that one, and Gambia ended up getting knocked out in the African Cup of Nations. But that was his first one, 19 years of age. No problem. Hopefully, we will get there again. The future is bright. And he's gonna be a huge part of Gambian football going forward. So yeah, that was his season. That was his season in numbers. That was his season, how he performed, how he excelled for his club. And I hope the video is not too long, guys. If you enjoy it, please make sure you like the video, and do not forget to subscribe to the Jello Football Bantaba. More is coming, and please let us know which player or which players, because if, for example, I'm gonna review the season of players in Veglia like Hamza Bari, I'm gonna combine it with Musa Juara because they play for the same club, so you can do those ones together. So which players will you like to see next? Which player would you love to see next in our review section or in our review series? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. So I will catch you guys on the next one.